online. It's coming up to 4 minutes to 7. Now, more than 50 classic cars, including a 1991 Aston Martin Lagonda, are going under the hammer this weekend. It is the highest value classic car auction held in New Zealand history. Well, joining us now is Webb's head of collectors cars, Keelan McAleer. Good morning to you, Keelan.
Good morning.
What have you got behind you there?
This is a 1972 Ford Furmont Xy Gt. This is a South African assembled, but effectively an Australian muscle car, and this is really where the market is going at the minute. Across the Tasman, we're seeing these fetch huge prices. Later models are approaching $1 million at the minute.
Jeepers, $1 million?
$1 million, yes. Who would have thought that somebody would have bought this for 40,000 back in the 70s, could be sitting on that?
You wouldn't be dragging any Holden Tiranas off the lights and that, would you?
I want to know, though, do people who buy them, sorry to interrupt you, but do people who buy these, do they buy them to drive or do they put them in storage as some sort of investment?
A mixture of both. A lot of collectors will have daily drivers that they use, classic cars, take them out, you can see them going to the shops. But there are also people that will just take out things maybe once a month, once a week, and keep the miles low, because that's really where the value lies.
For them to be valuable, do they need to be in working order? Like you could drive them out of the showroom?
Not necessarily. Sometimes we see barn finds, things that haven't been touched in years, and there's a value in that. But these are all WAFT running and registered, and you can drive them home.
Keelan, what's the star of the show?
Oh, there's a lot of stars here, to be honest. One of my favourites is the 1970 Mercedes 280 SL. This is the collector's car.
This is a beautiful car.
These are absolutely stunning. This one has only 12,000 kilometres on it, so that's very, very low mileage. And as you can imagine, that comes with a nice price tag too.
Your opinion, what's the greatest car ever made?
Oh, I'm actually a massive fan of 280s. That's my dream car that I want one day. So I would say 280 SL, but I'm probably a wee bit biased. But another exciting thing that we have here is really the growing emerging market for the utility vehicles. Here we have a 1980 Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40 and a 1972 Land Rover Series 2A. These are perfectly handsome restorations that you can take to the batch or the beach or just cruise down Ponsonby Road, as I'm sure you see many of them do.
They're pretty sexy. Do you think, though, that these will go to New Zealand or international buyers? Where are you seeing the interest?
The interest is within New Zealand. Everyone always asks this. There's enough buyers and interest here. We very rarely send things overseas.
Amanda bought a VW Golf. I think she paid about $7,000. It's a nice example. Should she hold on to that for maybe 40, 50 years?
It depends on what the mileage is. If you kept it very, very low miles, I think they could be very collectible in the future, as there's so many first cars for people, and people are really hooked on nostalgia for this sort of thing. Their first cars they'll come and try and buy 20, 30 years ago again.
Awesome. Webb's head of collectors cars and single owner collections, Keelan McAleer. Thank you so much for your time this morning. One careful lady owner.
It's your retirement.
My car that I just sold was exactly that. I think I'd done 20,000 Ks over about 18 years. I was your classic one lady owner.
Oh, so we get stuck behind you going down, Great North Road or Ponsonby Road. That was you, was it?
I'm the one that infuriates and angers other drivers.
Lesson here. Never sell your old cars. Put them on blocks in your front yard and leave them there for as long as you can.
Yeah, that's not the way it works outside the eastern suburbs, Mark. This is the AM show.